and for some of us still is, to share anything, let alone a messy personal struggle or an ugly family secret. Likewise, social media's rampant hyper-sharing, not just of people's career crises or honeymoon itineraries, but also their sexual fantasies, prenatal ultrasounds, anxiety meds, and gender reassignment surgery, makes it hard for millennials and Gen Xers to understand how sacrosanct privacy once was. So let me contextualize the world in which I grew up. There was no internet, no Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. No cyberbullying, cancel culture, sexting, or trolling, nor was it possible for a person to search for and find an online archive of another person's most intimate, cringe-worthy bloopers, benders, and bad trips. In my youth, all it took to destroy one's good name was a Shanda, the Yiddish word for shame, scandal, disgrace. I'm obsessed with secrets because I grew up with so many of them. Byzantine cover-ups hid my parents' failures to meet the Jewish community's omnipresent pressure to be a credit to one's family, faith, and people. I knew the high bar I was expected to meet and the perils of falling short. Intelligence, reliability, and ethical probity were the qualities I was sworn to uphold and model in the world, and if I did not measure up or do a good job of concealing my imperfections, I knew they would reflect badly on my family and the Jewish people, an entity so exalted in the world of my childhood that all three words still demand initial capital letters. I memorized vital statistics about the Jewish people, that we comprise a scant 2% of the U.S. population and an infinitesimal 0.2% of all humanity, that we're a tiny but tenacious remnant of God's chosen people, dispersed across the globe, hounded in ways large and small by every possible permutation of anti-Semitism, but united by our history, our sacred texts and traditions, and our fealty to one another. The Crusaders tried to slaughter us, the Inquisitors tried to convert us, the Nazis tried to exterminate us, but we're still here. Or, as comedian Alan King famously put it when asked to summarize the holiday of Passover, they tried to kill us, we survived, let's eat. Because the Jewish people survived, I had to do us proud. Because we're the people of the book, I had to be literate and well-educated. Because we were commanded to be a light unto the nations, I had to blaze a trail of excellence and live an exemplary life. I've both carried that burden and defied it. As a child, I learned what was valued and what had to be denied or censored, which walls could be spackled and which had to be torn down and rebuilt. And I learned how to keep a secret. It wasn't just cultural mores that clamped my mouth shut. It was the ever-looming fear of the Shanda. My mania around secrecy and shame was sparked in 1951 by the discovery that my parents had concealed from me the truth about their personal histories, and every member of my large extended family on both sides was in on it. Years later, as tongues loosened, I learned that the original dissemblers in our family were none other than my maternal grandparents, Jenny and Nathan Halpern, who, until they died, hid a seismic event that occurred in 1898 before they came to America. Between those two brackets, the exposure of Mom and Dad's sins of deception and Grandma and Grandpa's sins of omission lay dozens of buried secrets about a slew of folks I thought I knew. In the process of exhuming their stories and disentangling their deceptions, I came to understand how indelibly my family had imprinted upon me its template for shame and secrecy. Shame is not unique to Jews, to be sure. In the 12 Tribes of Hattie, the African-American writer Ayanna Mathis writes, "When I was a little girl, I played a secret game. I would bobby pin one of my grandmother's yellow towels over my own hair. I would swing the towel and flick it over my shoulders, my lovely blonde mane.